Hey guys, it's Miss Keenan here, sitting in my living room. I paused my Netflix show to do this recording for you guys. Pretty much been my life lately. I've been sitting on the couch with my dog next to me, or my cat next to me, or um, sometimes they all ignore me. I don't know. But that's pretty much been my life lately. This online learning thing, it's crazy, it's new, but we're all going to try to figure it out together. And I think it's really important to start this with being mindful that this whole experience is new for administrators. It's new for teachers. It's new to your parents. It's new to your grandparents. It's new to you. This is just a whole new situation that nobody was really anticipating. And I think it's really important with online learning to be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself with this because this is new and it's very easy to get frustrated. I have felt frustrated myself on several occasions. But you sometimes you got to give yourself a break. This is new. We're learning. This is an experience, and when you get older, you can be like, oh, I remember I was in sixth grade when we had to go to online school because there was a global pandemic. So nobody would have saw that coming. But anyways, this presentation is just going to go over some of my expectations, so you guys get to hear my voice. I just want to touch base, make sure you hear it from me, what you're supposed to be doing during this time. So back to reality, because this week is actually going to be assignments that will be graded. The last days of the online learning were more practice, but right now this is like we are actually in school. So back to reality. The only difference is here is that instead of being in the classroom, you're probably sitting at your kitchen table, maybe your desk, maybe you're sitting on your couch in your living room like me. But bottom line is, this is back to school, just like if we were there, because it's really important that we continue what we were doing in school and not letting what's going on in the world, the pandemic, affect your guys' learning. So the purpose of this is to make sure that we're still having school, you guys are still learning, doing what we need to do to prepare you for the next grade. So expectations for this. We are continuing with the curriculum. So we are continuing as if we were at school like usual. So the first unit that we will be working on is poetry. And then the book project is the next bullet point I have down as I pause really quickly because I've been getting emails and text messages like crazy from all the other teachers and students and parents. So my phone just buzzed 10 times, but I'll check it later. So anyways, Unit 5 is poetry. The next thing is book project. This is due April 3rd by 11:59 p.m. This is something that's a change because when I originally said the book project will be due when we return to school, I did not expect that our return date would be at the earliest May 15th. So at this point, the book project is due April 3rd. By that time, how are you going to turn it in? You are going to email it to me. If you did something online already, such as a PowerPoint, send it to me. If not, you can take pictures of what you had done for your project and then send it to me. With this project, we're not at school. There are several of you that, for some reason, do not follow due dates. Okay? I cannot physically go over to your house and tell you, hey, you need to do your project because look, at school, I would tell you that when you walked in, when you left, remember that project. I can't do that with online learning. So you need to hold yourself accountable. It's due April 3rd. If you don't turn it in, it will be reflected on Hack as a 0. So before I get into grades, we will have a novel study. More information to come, but you will not need to buy anything. I'm just throwing that out there to let you guys know. But the biggest thing you need to know with that is that you don't need to buy anything. Everything will be online. Everything will be provided to you. So grades, as I mentioned before, Hack will be updated as usual, which means if you are somebody that chooses not to do your project, as I mentioned, you will not be getting points. The project was something that was done and due, or it was given out, I should say, before this entire global pandemic really started happening in the United States. So There's no reason why anybody should have any issues getting that done. So, first bullet point for grades says, I'm grading responses to online assignments that you turn in. I will grade many assignments, but I will not grade every single one. I'm throwing that out there because I will be putting out a lot of different assignments. Some of them I will grade because they're more meaningful to grade. Some of them I'm just checking to see what you can do at this point. These assignments are checks for me to see what you're getting because we're not in the classroom. A lot of times, like from my point of view as a teacher, I rely on my observations of what you guys can do in the classroom. And then I change my instruction based on those observations. Now, we're not at school. I don't have that. So how I'm understanding and assessing your understanding of, or how I understand and assess your knowledge of what we are doing in the class is based on your responses. If your response isn't your best work, I'm going to put you in the category of kids that I don't think understand something. Which if you don't, I'll look at that and I'll go back and I'll try to reach out to you about what's not going on, or what's not going on, but what are you not understanding and what can I better help you with? So those are the expectations. Day one, this is your intro video to the week, but your day one agenda, which is today, is to watch this introduction online learning video. Yay, you already done that. Second thing, watch the TED Ed video. It's 5 minutes and 19 seconds and respond to the quick question. The quick question you will not be turning in. That's for you to write down on paper. You are going to watch a screencast, YouTube link to introduce poetry. This is about 7 minutes and 19 seconds of me talking. 4 says to complete the structure of poetry Google form. These are 4 questions just about what I talked about in the screencast to introduce poetry. So if you look at that, number 4 should be pretty easy for you. And then the last thing, you're going to complete model 1, losing face poem Google form. So what you're turning in on the right side, the 2 Google forms, one for the structure of poetry and one for losing faces, are clearly distinguished in the lesson plan. You just click on it, you go through the questions, not a problem. Every question you have to answer. I did that on purpose because I don't want certain kids to think that they can only answer maybe 2 of the 4 because they're not sure about 2, which if you're not sure, that's fine, but you need to take your best guess. Like I said, the assessments that I'm giving you, that's how I'm assessing your understanding of what we are supposed to be accomplishing in class. Because, like I said, we're not in the classroom. I can't see that. And the only evidence I have of your understanding is your assessment, or in this case, for day 1, the Google Forms. So it's a lot of information about school, but most importantly, I miss you guys. Like I might have said before, because this is my round 2 of recording this video. I wasn't a fan of the first one. Is that, I had no idea this was going to happen on Wednesday, and I feel really bad that we didn't really get to say goodbye to one another. It was just really crazy. This whole thing's been really wild, I think, for everyone, and we're all trying our best as adults to adjust. I think as kids, though, you adjust to things, and I think that online learning is just going to be another experience for you that when you're older you can talk about or tell people about. Oh yeah, I was in 6th grade when we had to do online school. And I think it's a learning experience and we'll get through it. So most importantly, you need to stay healthy, helpful, and calm. All right, take care of yourself, get enough sleep, make sure you're washing your hands, make sure you're being helpful to your parents and guardians during this time, especially they're not used to having you home, and especially if they're working. You guys got to all work together. I mean, in my life, I have my pets and everything, and my fiance's essential, so he's still working. But I think you got to remember that your parents are trying to figure this out, and they're trying their best. And I'm trying my best, and you guys, we all expect you to just try your best. And at the end of the day, if we can all do that and work together, I think we'll be okay. So find time to do things you enjoy. Maybe even try something new. I know for me personally, I got a bullet journal, which I was very excited about, and I've been working on that. I'm not going to explain what that is, but maybe most of you probably know what it is, but it's like the line the paper with dots on it, and you can like draw and doodle and put like to-do lists and calendars. That's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just never had the time. So I think, in some ways it was good to get some of the activities that I normally don't get to do, like walk my dog as well. So if you guys have any questions or if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm basically attached to my phone and my computer. So I hope that we can see each other again soon. But, just try your best. That's all we can ask from you. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. I feel like I'm hanging up a phone call.